Well, hello, and welcome for one of the last times here in Felsbrunn. Thanks for sticking with us through that gap. I've recorded a couple of episodes on the spin. As I speak here in about mid-June in 2019 real life, we are eagerly anticipating the tick-tocking of the clock that brings us closer to the release of the Seasons mod from Realismus, or Realism US. I'm still not sure. I should probably ask them. In preparation, I am intending to sell everything we have. All our land, all our machines, all our stock in the silo, everything we have. But there's still work to do. I have a field over here of wheat, which needs weeding and also fertilizing. Over here we have oat, so close, which is ready to harvest. And further over here we have our field of freshly dug potatoes. So that means this one is ready to sell. We're not going to plant anything else. We're just going to clear up here. There we go. So I may as well sell that field. Now, we started with 19, 20 and the farmhouse area there as well. So I'm not going to sell those. That seems a bit of a, oh, look how much money we made by selling stuff that we were given in the first place. So we have no more land to sell as of now. Just make sure I didn't accidentally buy anything silly. No, we did not. So that's that. In our silos we have quite a bit of stock going on. I'll sell those as time goes along. I'll pick the ones to sell when we need to sell them. But for first, let's get the crops we do have ready to sell. So I think the first job is going to be do some spraying on that field there to weed and fertilise. So let's get that done. And there we go. When we've done that, we can sell the sprayer. I'll keep this particular tractor. I might trot the Fiat over as well at some point to sell. In fact, we will do that when all our spraying is done. Oh, front crunch, etc. What I can't do is sell any additional stuff we have left over, which is a smidge of a shame, but hey. There you go. So let's get it unfolded and then we are ready to go. So yes, once this is done, we'll have a little bit of herbicide left over, which I think will be nice and leave for whomever moves into the farm after us, because that is the kind of farmer guy I am. So, let's get weeding. Well, that should catch everybody on the edge of the field. Yes, it will. I think. Yes, only just though. So yes, wittering about seasons. I've already picked the map I'm going to use. I've done some exploring on it off camera, but not to worry about that. The main reason I'm kind of excited for seasons is just to bring a little bit of variety into the videos, because I realised, sort of reviewing the 30 odd videos I've done, I think this is 33. I might be wrong there, I lose track. There has not been a single drop of rain, whilst I'm sure the climate here in Central Europe, Felsbrunn seems to be fairly Austrian, is very, very nice indeed. That doesn't seem really to show the full extent of the challenges, shall we say, that farming brings. I'm not going to claim to be of any great farming stock. My uncle did have something of a small holding, but it doesn't really count. Some of my friends here on the island are from proper farming stock, so effectively laugh quite a lot at what I am doing. But hey. But yes, permanent sunshine and a complete lack of any sort of regard for the time of year makes it a nice arcadey game. You don't have to worry about what you're doing, but in the other hand, it can get a little bit, okay, let's, I don't know, sew some cotton and just do it. So yeah, the other thing that Seasons will bring, that the next farm will bring, is, I think I'm going to switch the difficulty up a bit. We had our economic difficulty on easy for this, which is very nice. It helps things tick along nicely, certainly in those early game stages. But I don't think we'll be keeping that. I think I'll be setting that up to normal. Right. So let's empty you there. A recent update to the game is bringing a sort of rebadge and rebrand of all these. They're a little bit less obvious. I don't know if that's a licensing or a sponsorship thing. You can just see the herbicide in the bottom right there. And again with the fertilizer. So, there we are. Okay, so if I can get the field fertilised, then we'll pop straight over and say farewell to our faithful sprayer. The new location I've gone with, I'm not going to reveal it yet because, well, the 3 people who watch this, one of whom is myself, might just be interested in that. Who knows? So I'll save it as a surprise for the viewers, both of you, but also, well, why look too far ahead? However, it's not in Central Europe, so that's the main reason I'm going to be selling all the equipment. Is it would, in a sort of a roleplay type element, it would just cost far too much to move it all over. Nobody's got the sort of shipping that would take 3 tractors and all the trailers and all the everything else. And also, a lot of this equipment doesn't really suit the map. It's going to be a UK-based map, so and it's a lot smaller in terms of fields. So big trailers aren't really appropriate. I'm probably going to be focusing more on the animal side of the game now. I mean, I know we've done horses here. I witted about grabbing some sheep, but never really got round to it. But hey, and I think that's what we'll focus on. So 3 tractors for that is probably a little bit much. It's going to add... Oh, that was... Oh, nicely done. That was very smooth. So, yeah, that's why we'll be selling everything over. Certainly bigger machines like the harvester would just be a complete overkill. And there's no need, really. No need at all. So I am sure we're looking forward to... There we go. You're going to catch on there this time, so let's go round. There we go. Be careful of those bushes. There we go. The other rather more interesting thing that we believe Seasons will bring is crop rotation as an actual game mechanic. I think it will count as a fertilizer stage, so you'll need the right sort of crop rotation to keep your production levels up, which is amazing. I don't know how they're going to implement that at all, but they say they are. So good on them, really. So we're all looking forward to that. It'll provide a bit more direction to the game, really, I think, rather than just thinking, what should we do? I know, let's plant some cotton. And it'll stop you sort of grinding the same... Ooh, what happened there? Oh well, who knows what happened. It won't happen again. Yes, so that would also prove a little bit more in depth, and I'll have to keep much better notes as to what I've been doing and what I'm planning on doing. There's all sorts going on behind me. What? Oh, well. Oh, I've just thought. Do we get more for selling this full of fertiliser or not? Because I can't sell the bits and bobs. Right, let's test it out. First of all, then. Let's pop you in there. Oh, you were very low for some reason. There we go. So we get 22,700 empty. Let's fill it up and find out. I'm going to say 22,700. Let's pop you in there. $22,700 doesn't really make a huge amount of difference, so I may as well sell it just to get rid of the crate. So we'll repair it first. £27 is going to give us another 30 odd quid in terms of actually coming in. Much better to repair them before you sell them. There we go. Goodbye to our faithful sprayer. There we go. Right. Let's head on back to the farm and see what we're doing. Well, I think the thing we do need to do is... I said I was going to take that over with the Fiat, didn't I? What a crazy person. Right, in that case, I'm going to pop on over with one of our trailers with the Fiat. We're not going to need either of those things. Hup, hup. There we go. Right, let's leave you there for now, as I'm sure we will be. So let's say a goodbye to our trusty Fiat, who was a good tractor. There we go. And we'll take our fertiliser and lime spreader trailer over as well. It's not the quickest one in the world. Then I think we'll do a quick teleport back to the farm, and we'll say they gave us a lift, because I'm not particularly great at the realism side. I don't fully understand a lot of what actually happens, so really I think what we'll do is call it immersive. I think the new map will be a lot of in-cab views, mainly because there's a lot of trees around and it's sometimes quite hard to see. So, yeah, that will do for that. Also, I think I'm probably going to try and change my personal style a little, just because I've been watching quite a bit of a fella from America called DJ Goham. I'll stick a link here just if I remember. Let's pretend I remembered, and there it was, to his channel. It's well worth a look out. It's easy. He's very easy to listen to. So enthusiastic. So we'll get that trailer repaired, get that sold. We'll get our tractor repaired, get that sold. There we go. So 500,000 in the bank. We do a... Oh, there's the train. I'd forgotten about the train. Right. And I think the next thing is... I thought I'd started the engine. Apparently not. I think I'll sell that other header as well. I'm not sure if being clean particularly makes much of a difference to the price. I mean, it's only polite. Maybe I should do that out of the immersive. Am I going to fit through there? It's going to be tight. Oh, let's push the tractor out the way. No one's going to notice. There we go. We're only going to do it once. Right. So let's drop you there. Now, there is going to be quite a bit of chaos that we won't see. When I sell those racks, everything is going to fall down. However, that's just how it goes. Okay, so let's trot over and sell our other header. Whoa! And then we'll come back. I will start the harvest, which I think will then finish in the time lapse. Yes, I don't think I'll clean this up. Oh no, I should. Immersive. That's what we're going to be doing. There we go. At least get the header cleaned up. Nothing else. After all, who'd want to buy a muddy piece of equipment? Nobody! There we go. Okay, so let's go and say goodbye to our corn header. Then it will probably be time to say goodbye. I shouldn't be driving on the road with that, should I? So let's tootle over and drive on the grass. So here we have a John Deere combine versus what appears to be a sort of a Honda Jazz. Who is going to win in a straight drag race? Whoa, look at that. This goes like grease lightning. Cue for a song, but I'm not going to sing. That would be rude. There we go. A bit of a bouncy rejoin, but hey. Not completely so immersive that I'm indicating all the time. I'm a farmer heading towards a shop. They all know where I'm going. Okay, there we go. Let's drop you there. Get out of the way. Sell you as well. I'll get you repaired first. There we go, another 30 odd grand. So it seems we're going to have quite a healthy amount of money to start with. Already at 530 odd, and I haven't sold anything of any note yet. So that is going to be quite interesting. I think what I'll do is we will start with roughly the same amount of money as we end up with here. Just for interest's sake, really. And no land. I think I'll up the difficulty as well. Just because we sort of passed that early game stage where you're desperately trying to afford what you need. We should be able to afford most of what we need. Give or take, anyway. So that should be that. So yes, we'll start with none of the... We'll start with no equipment. We'll start with no land. And then that should provide quite an interesting, almost survival story, but I don't mean that. I'm not going to be sitting on... I'm unfolding it. Oh, I see. It's just unfolding slowly. There it is. Okay. Well, let's get weaving. Hang on. There we go. Let's get some straw out of this as well. Maximise everything that we can. We've got a baler. In fact, no, we will bale it. And there we go. I think what I'll do is say goodbye to you for this video now. I will sell everything, finish this harvest, all the baling in time lapse. And then, yeah, I'll stick this on a worker, I think. Yes, that's what we'll do. I'll time-lapse selling all the crops and finishing this harvest. That may dribble into the next game day. In fact, let's set that on my standard time-lapse of 15 in terms of actual time. And yes, we will do that. So, I will briefly see you for the introduction of the time-lapse. At that point, I will then see you after, where I shall have everybody lined up and ready to sell at the garage. So, thank you, as always, very much for watching, and again for sticking with us over the break that was caused by real life, because life does sometimes do that to you. And I will see you next time. Thanks again. Bye-bye for now. Bye!